Hello everybody and welcome to chapter number 13, Externalities and Public Goods. So the final chapter for this semester, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And in this chapter, we focus in on a few topics that we've already talked about at the beginning of the semester with market failures, externalities, public goods, and a new one for us, which are going to be common property resources. And once we learn about these sort of things, we're going to focus our attention on environment and pollution and see exactly what economists say about environmental policy. So if Leonardo DiCaprio cares a lot about the environment, it probably means that we should as well. So what exactly do economists have to say about environmental policy? And everything that we learn in this chapter is actually a pretty big extension of the things that we have learned throughout this entire semester. We're going to be using a lot of the same skills, a lot of the same supply and demand analysis, and a lot of the same methodologies in order for us to segue through this entire chapter. So let's go ahead and see a little bit more into deeper detail what this chapter is all about and what we need to achieve. First of all, we're going to focus in on these three specific market failures. So why will we never reach a socially optimum level or equilibrium in each of these market failures? We'll focus in on externalities first. Then we're going to describe how to solve these market failures. One of the ways to do that is to take a look at the Coast Theorem, which says that if we allow for some type of bargaining between players, then we can actually reach that socially optimum level. We focus on the second market failure, which are public goods. Then we focus on the third one, which are going to be common property resources. Then once we learn about these three market failures, we'll turn our attention to environmental policy and see why it's so difficult for governments nowadays to come to an equitable and fair solution and also an efficient solution in the environment. So what exactly are the problems that we face today in order for us to clean up pollution? And in the economic sense, we need to go ahead and find out what the socially efficient level of pollution is. And that answer might surprise you just a little bit. Is the goal to maintain zero pollution, or do we need to actually have some type of positive amounts of pollution in the economic sense? And then we'll go ahead and focus in on a few of the different policies that we use nowadays, such as command and control and market-based approaches. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at, in general, about what a market failure is going to be. And a market failure occurs when a market outcome does not provide a socially optimum level of goods or services. So essentially, something is preventing us from reaching that intersection point of supply and demand. We will never be able to reach that intersection. Basically, we are never going to be efficient. We cannot achieve our equilibrium anytime there's going to be a market failure. And there are three sources of market failures that we need to take a look at. There are externalities, both on a positive and negative sort of case, as we've already seen at the beginning of the semester. So why are we never going to reach this socially optimum level there? We also have the existence of public goods. Remember that this is where the government comes in and provides these goods, because no private firm is going to want to do so because they have no incentive to provide these type of goods, even though we as consumers want them. And if we have public goods, we are never going to reach the socially optimum amount within the marketplace as well. And then finally, common property resources, which are closely related to public goods, but they have one unique feature, and we'll get into that when we go ahead and talk about that. So three different market failures where we will never reach the socially optimum level of goods or services, and we need to go ahead and see exactly how we can correct these market failures, as well as a few of the idiosyncrasies within each of them. We'll start off with the externalities, the negative externalities, in the next video.